Welcome to the Sonic Collective, a music podcast that explores a different album or musical concept each month, diving deep into its history, context, and impact on the music industry. Join our hosts, Alan, Scott, and Darren Scott, that's way too many Scotts, as they share their thoughts, insights, and personal connections to the music, inviting you, the listener, to discover new perspectives and appreciation for some of the greatest albums and music of all time.
Hi everyone out there in Sonic Collective land, it's me, Scott G, with our September album pick. Now, if you've been following along the last couple months, you already know we're doing a look back at albums we think may have inspired others. Darren, Scott, and Alan have all given really great options for us to pick from, and I think we've seen fingerprints of past albums all over the work of these more recent artists. That's great. Music is a creative endeavor that can build off what's come before and be the richer for it. While trying to pick my own pair of albums, a thought occurred to me. You have bands like the Rolling Stones, U2, solo artists like Madonna and Cher, all with careers that span literally decades. The genres they've mastered and innovated in are changed by subsequent artists, and they continue their own journeys to grow as artists and stay relevant in an ever-changing music industry. So there must be examples of these artists taking inspiration from albums and artists in their own right? If I was 20 years into my career and inspired by a new genre of music and wanted to take a kick at the can, I wonder how much I'd sound like the people that interested me in it in the first place. And so I went digging and landed on Def Leppard. They fit the bill of a band that's been in the business forever. We've reviewed their work here before, giving some pretty solid scores. They're polished and have their own highly identifiable sound. But tastes change, bands change, and the business makes demands. What does a glam metal band do when they age into the 90s grunge and alternative scene? Their 1996 album Slang answers this question. Giving it a couple listens, I see fingerprints from a couple bands, but one of my favorites stand out. In 1994, Stone Temple Pilots released the album Purple. I think the big radio tracks were Vaseline and Interstate Love Song, and if you were a big fan of the original The Crow movie, you may even recognize Big Empty. It was very well received at the time, holding the top spot on rock charts for months. It's easy to imagine other bands looking at its quality music and chart performance and being influenced by it. So, with that in mind, and not wanting to make too strong a case one way or the other before we hit the end of the month, I give to you Def Leppard's 1996 album Slang and ask if you can see any of Stone Temple Pilots' fingerprints on it from their album Purple. As always, Darren, Scott, Alan and I will get back together at the end of the month and give our opinions, and we always love hearing what you think. So join us at the end of the month and let us know on thesonic.collective.com or any of the socials listed there what you thought of the albums and also if you agree with any of our takes. Until then, this is Scott G signing off for the Sonic Collective. Cheers.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the Sonic Collective, where we've explored the music, the history, and the impact of some of the greatest albums of all time. We hope you've enjoyed our discussions and gained new insights and appreciation for the music you and we love. Join us next month for another exciting album, and until then, keep listening to great music.